What's up, guys? Thanks for tuning in to CRÜZR Radio, episode 22. I'm your host, Wesley Hill. This week, I'm joined by co-host Mr. Hunter Harris, and founder Chad Rice is on the microphone, and we're talking all things leased land this week. I'm super excited to sit down and ask all the questions of whether or not you should buy private land or you should just buy a lease. And on top of that, we're going to be talking about pressure on public land, especially since turkey season is about to start. And I'm going to ask a couple questions about what you kind of need to do and how to get into archery hunting if that's something you're interested in. It's going to be a great episode, guys. Let's get into it.
Chad,
you don't know who Dave Portnoy is?
Yeah, bro.
You don't care.
Oh my gosh, bro. You're in college.
You know Barstool Outdoors, right?
Sydney Wells.
It's kind of a thing.
The guy who owns Barstool.
The parent company, Barstool Sports.
The guy who started Barstool.
Yeah, we saw him at the casino. Walked up to him. He said, "Hey, what's up, Wes? I haven't seen you in such a long time."
We were like, "Yeah, man, what's up, bro?"
He's like, you guys are doing really cool things at CRÜZR, and I was wondering if you guys wanted to like sit down on the couch with us, smoke a little bit of weed, and watch some basketball. We were like, "Nah, man,
we don't
watch basketball.
We're straight edge."
That's what we said to him.
And then we went the next night and watched basketball.
Yeah, literally live. But what's up, guys? Hunter, it's good to see you, man. Chad, pleasure as always.
Yeah, man. Feels like it's been forever since I've been on here.
It has been.
Because it has been.
It really has. It's been 4 weeks.
3 episodes now.
Yeah.
2. No, 3.
Yeah, 3.
It's been 3 episodes since I've been on.
3 episodes.
Man, it feels good to be back, boys.
Yeah, I know. Getting back in schedule. We got a little bit of break. Turkey season's about to start here. We got about
unwind for a little bit, man.
Yeah, we've been
19 days before season starts.
We've been hitting it hard. The show scene pretty hard.
Yeah, dude.
Michael almost died last show.
Yes, he did. Yes, he did. You know the funniest part? I was thinking about this. So while that thing was falling on top of him,
it took like 10 minutes.
You guys were
very slow motion.
You guys were yelling at him, hold on to it. And then right after it fell, both of you guys went, "You should have moved."
No.
Yes, you guys did.
You don't have no proof of
hilarious.
that.
Dude, it just cracked me up.
Well, I mean, I started to reach over and grab it, but
we said, don't let it fall, don't let it fall.
Yeah.
And then when it fell on him, we were like, dude, you should have moved out of the way.
It cracked me up.
I think we said, man, you should have just let it fall.
Yeah.
Well, in everybody's defense, we haven't dealt with that. So.
We've never had that happen.
That's the
before.
first time it ever happened. Yeah.
We've been in sketchier situations than that.
We were just kind of.
But what happened was when he pulled it.
When I pulled it
pulled it this way, and then inertia, it went back the other way, and then it started
teeter-totting back.
Well, it didn't teeter-totter. That the bottom started kicking out on that concrete floor. It started sliding. He said,
"Oh, it's falling," and then he bear hugged it. When he bear hugged it, they're just too heavy.
Man,
well, I'm thankful that
thankful nobody got hurt.
Yeah, he didn't get hurt. He's perfectly fine. The thing that just cracked me up, because my point of view was, you were like, "All right, put that pole down and go grab the other side." And as I'm putting it down, I look over and it's just falling right on top of Mike. It just cracked me up. Poor guy.
It scared us all to death, though, I think.
Yeah, dude. It scared everyone within the vicinity.
Dude, that room was extremely loud. And then the moment that thing started falling, everybody got quiet and just started staring.
Yeah.
It was quite hysterical to watch.
I mean, it did take 10 minutes for it to fall over.
It really did. It really did.
But the whole fiasco literally probably lasted like 30 seconds.
Yeah.
We've been hitting that show scene hard.
Yeah, dude.
That show was not
good.
That great, but we had a good time in
We had
Columbus.
a really good time. Because we got there Thursday night, or right before, on Wednesday, I found out that the March Madness tournament was going on in Columbus.
In Columbus, yep.
And then we ended up buying tickets.
And then Thursday night, we went and
went to the casino.
To the Barstool Sports restaurant.
Yeah. We were going to eat some pizza or some wings and then watch some games. You were going to hit the poker tables.
Which we did.
Yeah, we did. It took a while, but...
Yeah. And jokingly, I said...
Yeah.
This was as we're walking in.
I was like, wouldn't it be hilarious if they were doing something here?
Yeah,
like
Dave Portnoy was
here. And we go up. I start seeing the lights. I'm like, what the hell's going on? And then Dave stands up and starts shouting. I'm like, that's Dave freaking Portnoy, bro.
I know.
So,
Did you?
That was cool.
You were fangirling pretty
Dude,
hard.
that's like
hard.
I don't really like. I'm not a sports guy, but where I keep up with sports is Barstool Sports because they just make it easy for me to understand.
Sure,
and I don't have to
yeah,
keep
yeah.
up with everything.
Yeah.
And so it's like I watch their content all the time.
Yeah.
It's man.
But to see those people that I watch online in person is just really cool because it's like it brings you back and makes you realize like, wait, these
Yeah,
are
and
all
then you
just
guys-
regular dudes.
And then you and Michael both like walked behind.
Yeah,
and
we got on
got
stream.
on the live stream.
Dude, that was the funniest part
because your brother was watching it, right?
Yeah, my brother was watching it, and I texted him. I was like, "Bro, we're at the same casino." He's like, "No way." And then I got on camera, and he calls me, and he's like, "Bro, you're on the screen right now."
He's like, "I see you."
He takes a picture of it and sends it to me. It just was hilarious. But I'm just like on my phone, smiling, staring directly at the
staring up.
camera.
Yeah, that was really funny.
It cracked me up. But we did that, and then Friday night we ended up.
Well, I went and played poker
Yeah,
Thursday
yeah.
night as well.
Yeah, you ended up playing poker.
Ended up.
Did you lose?
I lost a little bit of money, not a lot. I was up pretty good there for a minute, probably $300, and then got into a hand where
Got caught.
no,
Well,
I
it was
didn't
a
get caught.
bad.
I had
It was
two.
just a bad beat.
I had two pair. Yeah, I had top two pair, and then the dude rivered a straight. So
That'll get
you know how it goes.
Yeah, that'll get you, man.
But then Friday night. What do we
Yeah,
do Friday night?
You ended up going and getting dinner with your wife.
Yeah,
I
because
think.
my wife and kids came up.
Yeah, and then
Because of spring break for our kids. So
yeah, and we were. I went ahead and bought 4 tickets because I was thinking Matt was coming with us, and then he wasn't able to come.
We hightailed
that was
it to the game.
That was Thursday
Yeah.
night, right?
No, that was Friday. Yeah, that was Friday. And then we like
literally parked and ran.
dude, it was
Yeah.
honestly quite hysterical.
So after the show ended at 7, but the game started at
6:50.
6:50.
Yeah, so
So
we
you
went
guys-
and dropped you off.
You guys probably got there about 20 minutes late.
It was
Yeah.
halftime.
30 minutes.
Yeah, it was
late.
halftime.
Just started
yeah, just halftime just started when we got there.
of the Purdue and FDU.
Yeah. And then we sit down. Hunter has a slight panic attack.
Bro, I
Because
did.
y'all were sitting in
Dude,
the nosebleeds.
he-
Bro,
he was just staring
it took
down
me probably
like this.
It took me close to an hour to get
Comfortable.
Yeah. acclimated.
It was just so funny because like when we got there, we were all excited, getting pumped, and then we sit down, and Michael and I are just going at it, and then I'm over here
Hunter's
thinking this
like
guy's
super
sick.
quiet.
Yeah, and he, I'm just like, bro, are you okay? Like you were just energetic 20 seconds ago, and he's like, I'm really scared of heights.
You were freaking out, weren't you?
Bro, because
it was steep.
Oh, I know.
It was
Yeah,
steep.
I've been in those
I
like
mean,
that.
I could have literally like spit with no effort and hit like
The court.
the 5th row back from the court.
Yeah.
But
I
no,
mean, we were like
it was
40,
all good.
50 feet up. But
Yeah.
and then
It was awesome.
Dude, watch the Purdue game. Purdue loses to FDU second time in March Madness history for a 16 seed
to beat number 1.
Yeah. Saw that. Literally watched history be made. And then we watched the first half of the Memphis game
Where we were sitting.
where we were sitting, but the entire time, and I do this. We were.
You're
I buy the
eyeballing
crap
seats.
Yeah, I look for the craps. I buy the crap seats.
cheap.
Yep.
Yep.
And then when I get there, I scout out and try to figure out where we can sit. And then we found a place during halftime. Ran down
Soon
there.
as halftime hit, we split.
Yeah, we split those seats, and then because of the way I do it is I just sneak into the crowd as I'm coming in, so the people who are working like
Checking
each individual,
tickets.
yeah, they don't have enough time to really check it, and so thankfully there wasn't even anybody standing there.
I
so
don't think really nobody cared at that point because
No.
there were a lot of empty seats.
Well, it was
Yeah.
halftime.
And then we got literally. Did I show you the seat?
No.
Hold on,
we
I'll
were
just show you.
literally like 15 rows up from the court, like half court.
Nice.
And that game come down to the last seconds
that's-
too.
But those March Madness games are wild.
That's where we moved to.
Oh, that's sick.
It was great.
see.
And then there was a bunch of Memphis people all around us, so we were talking to them a little bit.
Yeah.
And
Nice.
and then Memphis absolutely choked and
Yep.
lost the game that they shouldn't have. But
That's the way it goes. That's why it's
So that was Friday night.
best tournament on the planet, you know?
yeah, I mean, dude, it was a good time. I ain't gonna lie. I mean, for $40 to get a lower bowl, I'm down.
And then Saturday we were looking forward to the fights.
Yeah, and then we got
And then we
home.
realized that they were.
They happened in the UK, and they literally started at like 3:00 or something
Yeah.
our time. So like we were like, yeah, man, we're gonna go home and get some food and buy these fights. And as soon as we get home from the show, like
It's pretty
the main
much
event's
over.
pretty much basically over.
Yeah.
So
We got McDonald's, and that was a terrible experience as well. It was a terrible experience.
It was.
But yeah, now we're back in Tennessee, and we don't have a show on the books.
Yeah, not for about a month and a half.
Not till May 5th through 7th, which will be Total Archery Challenge in Tennessee, which is going to be a fun event. As
Yeah,
it
and
always
it
is.
ain't too far for us. So
Yeah, it's like a
not-
tourist.
Not far for us. And then, but in the meantime, we'll be hunting some Turks.
oh
getting
man, I
down.
can't wait.
Yes, sir.
It's going to be a good time, man. I'm excited. Finally, we just get to take a little bit of a break, which is nice.
Yeah.
Man, there's a lot of work that goes into these shows that
Yeah.
Yeah.
the public don't
Really
get to
see.
see the.
Daggum, we're standing 10 hours a day on concrete.
Yeah,
and
I mean,
talking to people. and-
people probably think, well, all you do is stand there and talk to people, but it's
You talk to a lot of freaking people, though.
yeah, but standing on your feet, man, it's
yeah, that concrete's brutal on the feet.
Yeah. Met a couple more fans of the podcast. That was cool. Yeah. It was a good time. That's always
It's
exciting.
it's always like a weird feeling when somebody's always like,
you're Chad.
"Yeah, you're Wesley. You're Chad."
and that's yeah.
You must be Hunter. I'll never forget that. When we were at PA, that was what one guy said. But he was like shaking when he was pointing. I was like, bro, like,
Well, that's how this one dude.
we
in
just have a
starstruck.
podcast.
He's
Yeah, we just have a
starstruck as Hunter.
podcast, dude.
Well, this dude.
I'm not
at-
freaking Justin Bieber, bro.
this dude at Ohio, which is I'm not gonna say his name, but if he told me once, he told me 5 times. He's like, dude, I talked to you on the phone. I'm like, yeah, dude, cool. Super good guy though, super loyal
Yeah.
customer.
Hey guys,
awesome
we're
guy.
we're the most
dude, we're just
normal
like y'all.
Yeah.
dudes there are out there. So
Yeah. No, that's
You
a
know.
great way to put it. We're just good old boys.
That's
Good
right.
old Southern boys.
no, but yeah, man, turkey season is coming up, and
Quickly.
we're
Yeah.
gonna be hitting some private land as well as some public
Public.
land. And I think you wanted to talk about some public land.
Yeah, one of the
Some pressure on some public land and how to mitigate. And
things I had kind of planned to talk about, because I'm mostly just curious, because I've never paid for a lease ever.
yeah,
And what exactly consists of
Well-
a good lease? What consists of pricing for a
Management.
good lease?
Whoever's managing it, like there's got to be. If it's not managed well,
here's what you want, because this is what I've experienced the last couple of years.
Yeah.
You want to get on a lease with a bunch of old guys
Okay.
that don't
because they only go hunting a couple times a year.
Yeah.
that
And
don't
then
go
if you
far.
like to go a lot, yeah, they don't go far. They don't get in deep. They like to go right off where they can drive their side by side up to.
Okay.
So right off the edge of fields. So the lease I'm on,
That's what you got.
me and TJ are the only younger guys on it, and we're the only ones that really
Actually
actually
hunt
get
it.
out there and scout and hunt it.
Yeah.
So, speaking of which, we got a couple spots open on that lease if you're
Oh,
interested.
for real?
Yeah,
Just for turkey or for the whole season?
the whole season.
Ooh.
$656 an acre, or not an acre?
I was gonna say
no. It's
like, dude, I'm buying the land at that point.
$656 a year for 1,700 acres
Okay.
on like a couple different.
spots.
Tracks.
Yeah. That's good to know. I'll have to talk to my wife, get the approval, and then
Trying to get Hunter and his old man on it.
yeah, that'd be cool.
just talk.
Dude, we could all get on it.
Yeah, just tell your wife. Just say it. Just talk really, really quick, like where it's not even like legible
How much did
to
you say it
hear.
was? 645.
It's like 650 something.
So when I tell her, I'm gonna be like, yeah, it's gonna be 65. That's how I need to say it.
No, that's lying. Just say
No,
it's
that's not lying. It's just
650.
not telling the
and
full truth.
Just don't tell her where the decimal is.
But yeah, what constitutes a good lease?
Management, man.
Management,
So as far as
land
manage-
layout, crops. If there's crops on it, which there are crops on what we're going to be leasing.
Okay.
They always plant beans. So there's hogs, turkeys, deer on our lease. Depending on where some of the tracks are, there could possibly be bear as well.
Ooh.
Yeah, so which is pretty cool. But unfortunately,
We're not allowed to hunt it though.
We can hunt bear, and if one of the properties I think is in like Hanging Glen.
Okay.
You can hunt bear.
Yeah.
You can hunt bear
Because
there.
it's like half of Putnam County that's split for bear.
Yeah, and no, so all this property is northeast of us.
Okay.
So that's right where the bear zone is for us.
Okay.
So we're more than likely, if there's bear on on any of those properties, we can hunt them.
Sick.
So
I want to kill me a bear, bro.
yeah,
So
that's definitely on the bucket list for me too.
So as far as like getting, like, what constitute good pricing for a lease? Like, because you're basically paying per acre, right?
Yeah. I don't know, man.
It kind of
really
goes back to
just
management and
depends,
how
yeah.
good the lease is. Management's everything.
Yeah.
As far as a lease goes.
Yeah, because if it's not managed well, then there's not going to be animals there. Everybody's
if it's a large tract of land, I don't even know what the lease prices are now. I think on this lease
I was on one 3,500 acres, and right before I got off, it went up to $800 and something a year.
Gosh.
per person.
Per person.
But there were how many people? 16?
No, there was more than that.
Oh, 28, right?
Yeah,
Wasn't it
close
something
to
like
30
that?
people.
Close to 30.
But I mean, it wasn't that many people wasn't hunting it.
No.
That's pretty wild. Because that's a question I've had. Because it's like, at what point do you? Obviously, if you can't afford to buy land, then you can't buy the land. But it's like,
who can afford to buy land nowadays?
Yeah, I know, for real, it's ridiculous.
Especially around here, you know.
Yeah.
You're fixing to be able to.
All these
Economy
daggum
does what it's
supposed to.
Yeah.
So we've had a huge influx of out-of-staters move in.
Yeah, which is jacked up the prices.
Yeah, a lot of
land.
people from
drove the
California,
California,
Oregon,
Washington, all
New
these
York.
all these super democratic liberal states.
Yeah.
And you know, for them moving out of those states and coming to Tennessee, land is very affordable here. From what they're used to.
Yeah.
They can go and sell a 2-bedroom apartment for $2 million and
come here and buy
in LA or San Francisco and come here and buy a daggum
$1 million would buy you
a 500-acre farm,
huge,
you know.
Yeah. With a house and a barn already built on it.
So
probably a tractor or two as well.
So the people that live here really
unfortunately
can't
for us, we're getting the shaft, you know, because we can't compete with that because, you know, I mean,
it's cheaper living, cheaper wages,
Yeah.
you know, compared to where they come from.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that you can't live and get by and be happy, but, you know, compared to
The guys who are already getting paid less.
most people I know ain't got hundreds of thousands of dollars floating around in their bank accounts.
Well, dude, that's the biggest issue me and Stacia have been having with trying to buy a home.
yeah.
It's like,
You can't.
dude, it's like buying a home where we're at right now. A house that was built 30, 40 years ago is still the same price as a brand new home.
Yeah.
It's insane.
Well, I got a ton of equity in my house, and, you know.
But you can't do anything with it
Yeah,
because
I mean, it would be
if you sold it,
it would be pointless to sell it
Yeah.
unless I was going to build, because I can't replace it for
what
remotely
you got.
what I
Yeah.
got in it.
Yeah. I know, it's ridiculous.
But it'll go down. It has to go down eventually.
Oh, yeah. I'm calling September. Just wait. September.
Yeah.
But
well,
I don't want to see that
maybe.
happen, but that's what I'm thinking.
anyway, but if you don't own land and you can't find a lease, there's always public.
Yeah.
But
going back to the lease question. So as far as management goes, is all of that management done by the people who are leasing it or the people who own the property?
It depends on the lease, really.
Yeah, so on the lease he was on the lease that I'm on now, there was a lease manager.
Okay.
There was a lease manager on the one that I was on, but we had work days.
Yeah.
Okay.
So all of
So we do that as well.
so that you know, that gets everybody engaged, and that way you can meet everybody.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
You know,
Exchange phone numbers, blah,
just
blah,
like
blah.
just clear out trails and stuff. But it's more of like and then they use the money that they get from everybody that pays to hunt there to keep the roads up, you know, signage, you know, all the above.
Locks for the gates.
Locks,
stuff
like
that.
literally everything.
And because people who own property who are leasing it really aren't making any money off of it. They're just doing it really.
No, they're making a decent amount of money.
You think so?
It. Yeah.
Because
I mean, not a ton. It's not a ton, but
I mean, they're making some off of it.
like I think the lease that I'm on, I think he gets $6 an acre.
Okay.
For some tracts of land, and then other tracts of land he gets $10 an acre.
Because it's just more prime.
But in all reality,
prime
he's just really paying to have that land
managed.
Took care of, really.
Yeah. Well, he also commercially farms it. He's
Yeah.
just trying to make the most amount of money off that property that he can.
Right.
So he commercially farms it, leases the hunting rights out to it.
And he don't have to worry about every Tom, Dick, and Harry hunter that he's give permission to and try to keep up with them.
Yeah.
Now he's got a guy that does that for him.
Yeah.
Yeah. And people are paying for it.
So Jack, our lease manager, he takes care of everything, and then he pays Johnny.
Okay.
Johnny's the landowner.
Jack and Johnny.
Yeah,
what a
Jack and
duo.
Johnny. So
Jack and
We got to get on it.
but Johnny's like
Yeah.
the guy who owns the property. He's like 88 or something like that,
Johnny.
87 or something.
Dang.
And Jack's in his 50s or shoot, he might be 60 now. I don't know, but he's a character for sure.
Oh, I bet.
But
I bet anybody named Jack in Tennessee is probably a
but
interesting guy.
he was a tugboat captain.
Oh, that
for a
makes it
long
even
time.
cooler.
So yeah, he cusses like a sailor because he
Oh, I
was a
bet.
sailor.
Yeah.
So.
I bet.
But no, he's a funny dude. I've been fishing with him and everything. He's a good dude. But yeah, I mean those properties are super nice, dude. Actually, one of them's really really nice.
I've been on it before, I think.
Yeah, I think you
with
went up there.
TJ last
okay.
turkey
Yeah,
season
yeah,
because I
that's
was
the one.
filming. Yeah,
That's
I
the
was
one.
filming. It
So-
seemed like prime hunting property.
Yeah, it is good. But there's other spots around that, and then that one out in Hanging Limb, which
Okay.
is about 50 minutes from here.
Yeah,
But that's
Some big deer out
apparently
there.
there's some really big bucks out there. So
I'm gonna have to go check it out.
um,
Get on that lease and get
yeah,
to
y'all
it.
need to crap or get off the pot
Yeah,
on that because he's trying to get people.
yeah, yeah. I didn't even know about it. I'll
So
I'll talk to the wifey about it.
but yeah, I mean that's what makes a good lease is management. The people you're on it with can also matter a lot. A couple years ago, we had some guys on that lease that were just trying to run everything. They also put out like way more permanent stands than they were supposed to. So it's like, I think the rule on these leases is no more than 2 stands per person.
That's how it was the one when I had.
I mean, that seems pretty fair to me, especially if you got like 10, 15 people on a lease.
Well, there's 16 people on this lease, and I think the largest tract of land 600 acres, and then I don't know what they're going to do about the smaller tracts. Hopefully they do. I think there's that one that you went on 600 acres, a little over 600 acres. There's another one that's in Hanging Limb. It's a little over 400 acres. So
There's 1,000.
that's 1,000, and then there's like 700 more acres somewhere else. I think there's a 300 acre tract, and then a couple 100 acres or less than 100 acre tracts. So, I don't know how he's going to do it. I think everyone on the lease should come buy a saddle.
Yeah,
Just did it that way.
yeah. Make it a lot simpler.
Yeah. I know that's what I'll be hunting out of is a saddle because that's what we'll be doing is jumping around on those properties. So,
yeah. Yeah, I mean that's
got to learn them.
yeah. That'll
before
all
you
be a
hunt
great
'em.
place for us to get some content too.
Yeah. That's why I'm trying to get us all on there. So,
Yeah, I think that'd be good. But the other thing, which leads me to my next question, is it's like, okay, you can't buy property. Either there's no leases available in your area or you just can't find one. You're stuck to public land.
yeah.
And
If
we
there's
talked,
public land in your area,
Yeah.
so a lot of people have to drive.
yeah, and we talked about some permission property on a past podcast. So if you
Yeah.
guys are listening and trying to learn about permission property, go back and learn about that. But public land is accessible for anybody who lives in that state or other states. Obviously,
Yeah,
you
you
got to
can
pay for the tags,
Buy
blah, blah, blah.
state tags,
Yeah.
non-resident.
When it comes to public land, I think the biggest issue I had last year was pressure. That was the biggest issue I had. So what are some like tips or tricks that people could try to avoid pressure as much as possible? Does that consist of like a huge amount of scouting, or does that consist of just like multiple trail cameras in multiple different areas, trying to figure out where people are actually going, setting up, blah, blah, blah? Like, what does that consist of?
Yes.
Okay.
No, actually, I
answer.
think the biggest thing on public land is trying to be, creative with your access.
Okay. Whether that's
Anytime
through
you can
boat.
get in by boat, or maybe you can gain permission to cross some private land to get to some public land access, or even just hoofing it, man.
Just going in
deep.
Yeah.
Because to me, the easiest access is where it's going to be the most saturated for
Yeah.
it. You're going to probably run into
Well,
more
and
people.
that's what I had an issue with last year, because it's like I don't have a boat right now, so it's kind of difficult for me to get in our area.
Yeah, if you got a boat, you're automatically one up on most people.
Yeah, but
I
it's
would
like
think. Or
dude.
canoe, yak.
yeah,
Hey,
well,
I killed one off a canoe 5 years ago, dude.
that's pretty badass. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. But the problem I had was it was the last day of deer season, available for us to hunt on one of our local pieces of public land. And it was me and Andrew, and we just went around and just went to literally every access point that we could in a singular day. Every single point that I went on, except for
somebody.
one, there was at least one person on it.
Yeah.
Like, could see their orange vest.
Sometimes you just got to walk in past them.
Just
Go
ignore them.
past them.
Just ignore them.
Just walk past. Just wave and say,
Just cutting through.
just wave and go. Keep going.
Dang. I don't know. I kind of feel like a douche for doing that.
I mean, obviously, don't go in when it's like prime.
Hunting time.
Hey, how you doing?
Yeah, like don't
How's your mama and all of them?
don't walk in a parking lot when you see a truck there at like
7
Daylight.
a.m.
in the first 30 minutes of shooting light.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Don't do something like that. But if you're going to an access point and there's another vehicle there, talk to that person.
Yeah.
Say, hey, where do you plan on setting up at?
Yeah.
Talk to them, figure out where they're setting up at,
And then you go sit there.
and go further.
Okay.
Go further. Find a different.
I mean,
know
the
what
further
I mean?
you deep you get, you probably the more likely you have to actually kill them too.
Exactly. And I mean, you don't. I mean, you don't want to set up on somebody, but also don't roll those spots out, man, because
Yeah. Just because somebody's there doesn't mean that there's not deer there.
Yeah, or it doesn't mean that there's not enough room for both of you there.
And just
Yeah.
have common
what I mean?
courtesy.
So,
Yeah.
so like, let's say I'm hunting on public. I'm near somebody. How far is good from that person? Like, how many yards do I need to be away from that person? And here's the other question.
A couple hundred.
I was
would
going
at
to say,
least
I'd
be
put a couple hundred yards
Yeah.
in between me and whoever.
I wouldn't be out there during gun season. Period.
no,
but-
I mean, I try not to. The only reason I
we
went was
already
just
know the stories behind that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, bow hunting, I would at least a couple hundred yards. In my opinion, would be I'd be fine with
300,
somebody setting
400, or
up 200
okay,
or more.
okay,
I'd be okay with somebody setting up 200 yards from me because that's a pretty good distance.
yeah,
But yeah,
That's good to
man,
know.
any kind of creative access though is going to be better than drive-in access, right?
helicopter.
Yeah, you can do that. No, but I mean,
be
like
cool.
you're 90% of hunters are gonna just
Set up right at the
set
edge.
up pretty close. I mean, when you go to public land, like if there's a field,
Yeah,
there's gonna be a lot of hunters that set up off those fields, right?
yeah,
So I mean, get in deeper, get away from the fields, try to find the bedding areas. You know what I mean?
yeah.
Thick
That's good to know.
stuff. That's where That's the thick stuff, the hard edges, when the oaks are dropping, find the hot trees, Scouting's going to be your best friend because it doesn't matter. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't matter if, that place is getting hit hard with pressure. If there's oaks there, the deer are going to hit the oaks. But the problem is, if there is a lot of pressure and it's really close to access, the deer are only going to hit those during nighttime hours.
Yeah.
So you got to get in, try to find a good feed tree close to bedding.
Yeah.
That's going to be key for like early season.
Yeah.
So
that's good to know. You got any advice?
Not really, because I don't hunt a lot of public land.
Yeah, you do hunt a lot of private. We're
gonna hit some this year though.
Oh, I know.
Yeah.
I mean, I've most of the public
Especially around
hunting
the
that I've
lake.
done has always been boat access.
Yeah.
I mean, you can go to. You're gonna have to bleep this out, but you can go to and dude, get in by boat.
And if you're hunting public, hunt during the week if you can.
Exactly. But if you go there, and dude, you can get into there
With a kayak.
With a kayak, but if you got a boat, dude, you can get into spots where nobody's been in years.
That's good to know.
Yeah.
Sounds like I got to buy a boat.
And have a decent chance of killing a
good deer.
good deer.
There's some good ones down there. That's where hunters killed all the daggum.
Well,
There's some giants down there.
That's good to know.
Don't worry, we're bleeping that name out. They won't know.
That's funny. Dude, speaking of public land, something I thought that recently that just happened in some hunting news is Kansas got rid of trail cameras for public land.
Yeah.
What's your opinion of that, Chad?
Well, did you watch the the discussion over it?
Mm-mm.
I don't know if it was
it a
if you
hearing?
could watch it or not, but I saw a bunch of people. Yeah, I think it was an open hearing or whatever, open meeting about it.
Were people
where
for it
people
or
were
against
voting.
it?
I personally don't
Obviously, they
understand
were
it.
against it,
Yeah.
but most of them didn't have a clue how trail cameras worked.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that was a big deal.
I
think a lot of people, obviously,
there's a misconception.
in our world, because we're mobile hunters and we're, living in
Trail
the
cameras are a
21st century,
Yeah.
a lot of people that do what we do use trail cameras.
Yeah.
But there are a lot of people out there that hunt that
Hate 'em.
do not use them and have never used them, and they don't understand them.
Okay, that's good to know.
And I think those were the
Not really aware of
people.
that.
Those were the people that were voting. So,
I mean, if they're going to a hearing, I would assume they probably don't know a lot about new technology.
and here's the thing: on public land, like trail cameras, you're just getting a survey of what's there.
Yeah, it doesn't really
Because
give you any
it's public land. It's getting hit with a ton of pressure.
Yeah.
So therefore, the deer are going to be moving,
Yeah.
and you're going to have to scout your way in most of the time. It's set up on hot sign. If you don't find any hot sign, you're going to have to move usually because the deer aren't there.
Yeah.
Yeah,
no, that's very true. It's
Yeah.
pretty interesting, man.
Well, just like Chad said, there's, I've talked to a bunch of people personally that don't use trail cameras, and they just don't. They're like, I've never used them, and I never plan on using them, and blah 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 blah. And it's just like, it cuts that curve in half, where you don't have to go in there and put boots in the ground.
Yeah. Which, you still have to put boots in the ground to get a trail camera.
I know,
in
but
there.
you know what I'm saying. Like,
Yeah.
if us three are going to Kansas, we can't just take off this morning and go scout in Kansas and come home this afternoon.
Well, here's the problem: is
if the
time is precious.
if the technology is there and we can take advantage of it, I'm going to take advantage of it.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Time is precious.
Yeah.
I'm running a business. I've got kids. If I go scout if I draw a tag
the
in
big
Kansas,
picture.
and I want to go to Kansas public land and I want to put a camera out
Where it sends it to your phone.
where it sends it to my phone, and I can say, I can pick and choose public land spots and eliminate like spots and not waste my time and try to like,
Why
because
wouldn't you?
Kansas tags are, I mean, any
Expensive.
out of state tag is expensive.
And in
And it's
some
a-
states, it takes 4 to 5 years to even get the tag.
Exactly. So if I can go in and scout a piece of property and say, hey, there's deer here, let me put a camera up and see what kind of deer, what quality of deer, why should we not have the option to do that?
Yeah, no, I agree.
You know what I mean? Because like I said, time is precious. Like my time and money, they're precious, especially now more than ever. And it's like, I want to go out there and I want to be the most successful that I can be.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's like you draw
So
a
I'm going to
tag.
use whatever tools that
Yeah,
I
exactly.
can. To
Well, it's
do
like
that.
even just for, I think, in like an average, somebody who's got a regular job, doesn't work in the hunting industry, they draw a tag in Kansas or whatever state that is currently banned.
There's quite a few. I think there's like, what, 6 now? Or 5?
I don't know.
I can't remember, but it's like whatever states you're not
I know
allowed to use
Utah
trail
and
cameras.
Kansas for sure, but I don't know about any other ones.
But it's
I
like
could be wrong on that number.
some of these guys only have 3-4 days to go in. Like that is it for the entire
Yeah, a
year.
weekend.
They've waited 4 years to get this tag, and then
They can
the
only get
one
off
thing-
work, you know.
Yeah, 3-4 days, if that. You know, it's like they have to go in, and then you are spending literally probably like if you only have 3 days, you're going to be spending your first 2 days scouting.
Yeah.
And then once you actually get something that looks hot, at that point you only have a day's worth of hunt to actually
yeah. A day
like
or two
get a
of hunting.
deer.
Yeah.
And so it's like I don't really understand it. I think it's a bunch of hoopla, but
Yeah. I mean, I'm not mad at people that don't want to use them, but
I'm
I
not
just don't
either.
understand why anybody
I don't
would
think
not want to
it's-
take
yeah, yeah.
advantage of, you know,
Well, also,
a
I
very
don't-
usable tool like that.
yeah.
And if I want to use it, I should be able to have the right to use it.
110% in my opinion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it ain't like these things are laying on the store shelves for $15. I mean,
They're expensive,
they're
man.
expensive.
A good one cost a good 150, $200.
Yeah, a couple. Yeah. And some upwards of a couple $100.
And it's like if I'm going to Kansas public land hunt, I ain't just bringing one trail camera.
Yeah.
Like you're talking 5, 6, you're over $1,000 at that point.
Yeah.
You know,
So it ain't like, you know,
not counting the tag, not counting the amount of time you had to take off, so loss of money there, and then on top of that, travel, food, blah blah blah,
Yeah, man.
all your equipment. It's
Yeah, I
wild
don't-
to me.
You're putting a lot of effort in, and I think
You should be able to.
you should be able to use any tool that's going to make you successful.
Yeah, and I think some of the arguments I've seen online is that trail cameras don't get rid of the whole idea of fair chase, which I don't agree
I
with.
don't agree with that at all.
Like just because you have a photo, yeah, just because you have a photo,
don't guarantee you anything.
No, it's like I had pictures last year of really good age class bucks in
Never
Tennessee.
seen them on the hoof.
Never seen them in person. Never, and then one that I never got on camera, I actually saw in person. You know, it's
I mean,
like
think of all these guys that kill these huge deer, and they're like, "Man, I've been watching this thing for 5 or 6 years, and the day I killed him was the first time I've ever seen him live."
yeah,
Like,
You did that too.
yeah, I mean, dude, we had like 3 years of this worth of pictures of this deer.
yeah.
Never seen him ever.
Dude, it's like the guy in Iowa with the huff buck sheds.
Yeah.
It's like he had the huff buck on camera. He's
Probably
like,
for a while.
And then the guy that killed it had no idea that deer
No
even
idea.
existed.
yeah, none whatsoever.
So the point of view that cameras somehow create
you an advantage.
an unfair advantage. I personally, I ain't buying that at all.
I don't either.
I think it's a really,
I think some people are really good at it, and it does give them an advantage,
but not an unfair advantage.
but
I
not an
wouldn't say.
unfair. They're still working their tail off to get
Yeah,
after
heck
that deer.
yeah,
You
man.
know what I mean?
100%.
I mean,
Yeah.
there is an advantage there,
You
but
could
it's
sit-
also the advantage there is that they are working their butt off.
Yeah.
to try to get after that deer.
Yeah.
And you have to pay a subscription to get those photos. I mean, there's a
Jake-
lot that go into it.
Jake killed a buck in Ohio, like the last week of the season, I believe. And like there were a ton of people that had that buck on camera. And he was driving down the road and he saw on the right side of the road a cornfield, on the left side of the road a public land ridge top. And he said, that makes sense. I'm just going to climb this ridge and sit here. And he killed a freaking giant buck.
Yeah.
You know? And a ton of people had put trail camera pictures of it. So, you know.
I think trail cameras are awesome.
Yeah.
I think they've really allowed people to, especially people who hunt out of state.
Me personally, it makes hunting more fun because
Oh, dude,
like
when you get that
You know
photo.
what's in the area.
Yeah.
When you get that photo of a big buck too.
dude, yeah, it's like Christmas, dude. And everybody I talk to that, I mean, it's the same.
Yeah, it's
you
the
know,
same
you
exact
trade
way.
photos with your buddies. Like me and Chad send photos to each other all the time. We're both like,
Yeah, exactly.
You know
Getting
what
super
I'm saying?
excited.
Or the guys at the trade show. It's like,
Yeah,
I have
just-
no clue who this guy is. He's like, bro, look at this buck I got on camera. It's like, that's good camaraderie right
and there's
there.
probably a pretty good chance that he'll never kill it.
Yeah. For
You
real.
know, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
No, I agree.
But
I'd say a lot of people.
I think trail cameras are a useful tool. I don't think they should be banned
Yeah.
on public land. That's my opinion on that matter.
Yeah,
me
mine
too.
too. We should just start our own little country.
You gotta have land to
What
do
about
that.
what about baiting?
I don't 100%
No comment.
agree.
Yeah, I don't agree with baiting.
I do think that
I think
gets rid of
that's a
fair
bigger
chase.
argument with me than trail cameras ever thought about being.
This is my thing about baiting is it does legitimately get rid of fair chase.
110%, in my opinion.
But I think that
It's unnatural.
big deer don't get big for no reason. They're smart animals.
No, 100%.
And they're not going to come to bait piles. They might hit it once.
Yeah, the same
or
way that a
twice.
younger deer will.
Yeah. I mean,
It's unnatural. A big pile of corn laying on the ground is
yeah.
Those young ones are like, ooh, who put this here?
because we feed corn. We've fed corn before in the off season, and dude, our deer are like super skeptical of it.
Yeah,
Like
they
the
get
big-
skittish,
the big
man.
deer,
It can almost
like,
hurt more than it helps.
You get
Yeah.
pictures of the big deer coming in, and like,
You could tell they're on edge.
oh, they're like scared to death, and you know we're like, man, this is weird.
Yeah. I will say, though, it is frustrating because sometimes we'll go to the trade shows and these guys will show me the photos of the bucks they killed and stuff. They'll be like, yeah, killed it right on top of a corn pile. And I'm just like, come on.
Yeah, which we can't do that in the state of Tennessee.
No.
But if it's legal in your state, it's legal. I
We
don't
can,
you know,
we can
that's
hunt on a
fine.
corn field. We can hunt on a field.
You can hunt in standing corn.
Hey, man. Dude, I've never seen so many deer
Dude,
as I have seen on a freshly cut cornfield.
yeah.
Dude, the
ain't dumb.
evening that cornfield gets cut, bro, every deer
No,
within a mile vicinity is coming to that field.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know? So it's
I don't know.
I mean deer like corn, so
my thing about it is it's like, would I ever hunt over corn?
yes.
Probably.
Where it's legal.
Where it's legal.
but I'm not going to travel
Do
to
I
another
expect
state
to kill
to.
Do,
No.
do
Hunt
I
over a
expect
pile
to
of
kill a giant deer over a bait pile? No.
It's like
They're
if,
too smart.
yeah. It's like if I'm in a state where it's legal and I am trying to fill the freezer, then I see it as an opportunity to fill the freezer.
Yeah.
But I don't think that it is considered fair chase. That's my opinion of it.
Could you
That's
even?
my 2
Can you
cents.
bait on public land though? Anywhere?
No, I don't think so.
I didn't think so. I'd
I wanna say you
private
can
only.
in,
I have no idea, but
I want to say you can in like Ohio.
Oh, they definitely do. I mean, they even do here because I mean,
yeah.
I've been hunting
I know.
public
I gotta-
before and run over corn.
There's a dude. Well, he might hear this, but I don't care. There's a spot I hunt where I've caught him baiting several times.
Yeah.
and I've told the game warden about it. So
Yeah.
if you hear this, buddy, be
Watch out. You
forewarned.
better get right.
Be forewarned. Stop throwing out piles of corn.
See, and this is my thing. It's like if I'm hunting a property,
This is private land too.
Yeah.
But we both have permission to hunt it.
Well, he
so-
could
That's
get
my thing.
everybody
It's
in
like-
trouble.
Exactly.
That's my thing.
Exactly.
It's
That's
like
what
if you're-
makes me upset. Like,
yeah. Because it's like if I go out there,
If he
You
wasn't
know what I'm
willing,
talking
warden,
about.
if
don't
he
you?
wasn't willing to
I
fess
do
up,
too.
then game warden might say, well, all right, if nobody wants to talk, I'll just give all of you a ticket. How about that?
Yeah, exactly.
they won't just give you a ticket. They'll
Well,
let you
what
have
I'm
it.
saying.
Yeah.
And then everybody looks at old Bill over here is like,
Yeah,
they're
they
telling.
They don't mess around either, man. They see it. They'll.
Because I've
They'll
always
cut the
felt
cord.
like Tennessee's one of the more stricter states when it comes to stuff like that.
Yeah. No, I would agree.
Because
With
like
that.
you can't hunt coyotes at night.
That's
I
a
think is
really
dumb.
dumb rule.
Yeah.
Yeah. But anyway.
I don't know.
I get some of it. I think
I
some
would-
of it probably
I would
has to
love
do
to
with
do that.
safety. But
It's 110% from a safety standpoint.
yeah. But that being said, it's like if you know what you're doing, and
Yeah, but here's the thing, Wesley, is like if they make it legal, you can't control who
No, you
goes and
can't.
does it.
Yeah,
And there's
you
a lot of
can't.
idiots out there.
oh yeah,
You know what
especially
I mean?
Tennessee.
Yeah.
I mean, half the state doesn't even know how to drive, but that's besides the point.
Yeah.
That's all them out of staters that moved here.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know. But I don't know. I think that we should be able to hunt over corn. We should be able to
I don't.
use trail cameras.
I don't either.
I'm
Corn,
being sarcastic.
Trail cameras, yes. Baiting, no.
We should be able to use electronic calls. We should be able to
You
use
can lose
helicopters.
For predators.
Yeah, you can with predators. I forgot about that. I'm
Yeah,
just
but you
being
can't
sarcastic.
You can't with turkeys and deer, though.
No.
Put you under the jailhouse.
Yeah.
You can't use live decoys.
No, you can't do that either. You can't go and chain up a
Because
doe.
I've heard people say, oh, I'm going to go out here and catch me one of these turkeys and stake it out there in the field. I'm like, well, you do that, big dog.
Yeah.
If game warden rolls up on you, you're toast.
Yeah.
I don't even know why people would want to do that.
Oh, I'm sure it's been done.
Oh, yeah. Guarantee it.
No, I'd be lying to say if I wasn't on purposely trying to shoot a doe and then wait for a big buck to come in. But
Hey, dude, I had that happen one year. I shot a doe, spined her, and she dropped. And then I got down, or I think I slung another arrow into her, and she died right there, like
She's still smelling
30 yards away from the base of my tree.
yeah,
I just stayed up and started hunting.
yeah.
Well, dude, I had several bucks come through, like nudging her. She was dead, and they're nudging her. And finally, a pretty decent 8-pointer come through, and I killed him.
Heck yeah. Give him a good myrrh.
Yeah.
That's funny, man.
Shot him.
Yeah, I'd be
So-
lying to say if I haven't tried that before. But I don't know. Something else I'm wanting to do, and honestly, if I can get on that lease, it'd be great. And I've talked about it 1,000 times, but it's killing a freaking pig, bro.
It's pretty fun.
Hey, I got another picture from a guy that was on the lease, and there's a bunch of them out there.
For real.
Yeah.
Dang.
We could go make some mash, and well, you can hunt those. We've got permit to hunt those at night up there.
Oh,
on
for
that.
real?
Yeah.
Oh, heck yeah.
They're a nuisance.
They are a nuisance, dude.
But we have like for that lease, we have a permit. We can
Okay.
hunt them. We can hunt them
Day, night.
day, night, whatever.
Heck yeah. When we get the cameras, let's get out there.
Yeah.
Get them on camera. Let's kill them.
Yep.
I'm all about it.
Waiting for my suppressor to come in from Silencer Central.
Heck yeah, dude.
It's been several months now. Have you gotten yours yet, Chandler? No. He's shaking his head no.
Yeah. With a smirk, like, heck no, it ain't
They've
coming
been
yet.
at every daggum show we're at, and I always go up and like, hey, where's my silencer?
Dude, they crack me up
Like,
because
it's
every
coming,
time
man, it's coming.
Bro, there's some salesmen.
dude, they are hard salesmen, man.
Yeah.
Because every single time I walk by, they come up like, "Hey, I remember you from the last show. Still want to get $200 for 2 suppressors?" I'm like, "I told you no 30 times now, dude. It's
Yeah.
gonna be the same answer."
Yeah.
It just cracks me up.
Yeah, they're adamant.
They are very
I
adamant.
can't wait for mine to come in.
And you know the saddest part is there's gonna be a day and they're gonna sell me. It's gonna happen.
Everybody
Let me
should.
tell you
own
what
one.
else I'm looking forward to.
What?
Wetting the line.
Did you feel that
A
weather
bow
out there
fishing
today?
line
Both.
or just
Both.
yeah.
Dude, I stepped outside for a second to get a breath of fresh air. Felt nice and warm. I was
Definitely
like, man,
bow
I could
fishing.
be on the
Yeah,
river
you
right
already
now.
know how I feel about that. But no, like just some good old bass fishing.
When we hit the river chasing them turkeys, we're gonna have some poles in the boat.
Oh yeah, because
Dude, one of the best days I ever had on that river about 5 years ago.
yeah.
Dude.
If we strike out in the turkey woods,
We got out there at daylight, tried to strike up some turkeys. Nothing would gobble. Actually, we did have a couple gobble, but they were on private. And then we went into a creek. We caught like 25 bass, like
What the
within
heck?
like 3 or 4 hours. We
Sounds
were
like a good
wearing
time.
them out, and
oh, I can't wait.
saw the biggest bass I've ever seen in my life that day as well, swimming. She probably weighed like 15, 16 pounds.
Because they
I
want
mean,
to.
her back was this wide, dude. It was crazy. And then, we had a couple gobbling, and I watched a coyote eat a goose off the bank.
What the heck?
Sucker snuck out and snagged a goose by the neck, killed it. But never did get on turkeys that day, but we caught the heck out of some bass.
Yeah. Then when I go home, my wife's gonna be like, "What'd you do at work today?" Be like, "Well,
Killed some
Fishing and
turkeys.
hunting.
Yeah. I work in the hunting industry.
No, you say I made content. We went out and made content.
yeah, I was working."
That's what I say.
It is work though, for real.
It really is. To
It
get the
is.
content, it does take a lot of effort.
It's hot. It ain't never flat here, around here.
No.
I mean,
Hey, there is a video I'm wanting to make. I'm wanting us to go down to the catfish farm in Baxter.
Twin Lakes.
Yeah. And who can catch the biggest cat?
Dude,
That's a pretty fun place to.
hey, I
dude.
tell you, man, me and my grandpa and dad used to go to those Saturday night tournaments.
Dude, you can
I
win
bet
some
they're
money,
good,
bro.
Dude, I caught what I catch. I caught a 27-pound channel.
For real.
No, 28-pound. And caught it early. Caught it within the first 30 minutes of the tournament. And that tournament started at 6 and went to 11 or 11:30. And dude, I was sweating the whole time. Somebody'd be reeling one in, be sweating like, oh, am I still gonna be first? Am I still? I ended up winning
Heck yeah.
$30 entry, and I won $698.
I was fixing to say,
Oh, dude.
my buddies have won upwards of like $1,000
At,
Yeah,
the,
my dad-
at the farm?
Yeah,
That's Catfish Farm, yeah.
Yeah,
Dad,
my
They,
dad,
God.
my
they
dad, and
still
my
have
grandpa.
those tournaments.
My dad and my grandpa won $1,200 one night.
What
Caught
the heck?
Caught a 42-pound blue catfish.
Do they do this like every Saturday?
Yeah,
Every
during the
Saturday,
summer.
During the
Oh,
spring
my
and
gosh,
summer.
bro.
Oh, it's fun.
Oh,
It's
that,
pretty
we're
fun.
going to that.
I've never done it.
That's
I mean,
how-
I've fished
that's
there,
how
but
I'm gonna
I've
buy my
never
boat.
fished the tournaments.
It's a
That's
lot
how I'm
of
going to
fun.
buy my boat.
Winning that tournament.
I'm going to win every tournament this summer and then buy a
You
boat.
better find some good bait that they like, because it's tough.
It is tough.
My
I've tried a bunch
My
over
buddies
there.
done told me what's up.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Well, let's go. Let's go win it. We'll
be
do a
good,
video of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna tell our secret because we're gonna win with it.
Go ahead and tell me I'll mute it.
No, I'm not telling.
He's like, I don't even want
I
to
don't
risk it.
trust you to mute it.
That's funny, man. Well, I got one more question, and then we're gonna wrap this up. And we kind of talked about this a little bit in the past, but as far as like getting into bow hunting, what are some like, not specifically equipment, but things that people should keep in mind for like that first like 6-ish months? What are the things that people need to do to actually start getting really good at archery hunting?
Shoot at home. Practice.
Yeah, buy a target,
Yeah, get a bow,
buy a
obviously.
rangefinder.
Get a trail camera.
Get some corn.
Yeah, no, but I don't know, man. Just make sure you're not overbowed. Like, your poundage is not too high. Make sure you can draw the bow back easy.
Make sure you have the right form. I think so too.
Yeah, I mean, form's got a lot to do with it as well. But if you're just getting started, you've never shot a bow before, form will come. Watch a lot of videos on form and how to shoot and what you need to be doing. Ask people that you know who bow hunt to help you out. But yeah, man, just get a target, get a rangefinder, get a bow, and just start shooting. Shoot a bunch.
How far should people be shooting out to? 60 yards, 70 yards?
Whoa.
No.
I don't even
Longer?
shoot that far, bro.
I mean,
Nah,
I try
man,
to
I
try
mean-
to practice up to 60.
Golly.
I practice. I take a lot of shots at 40 and 50 yards.
Yeah. If I can feel super confident at 50, 60 yards, then I know when something's in at 30.
Bro,
I'm
you
gonna-
got to practice close, man.
I mean, I practice a lot
10,
at 20.
15, 12.
No, I mean, I practice that too, but it's like, honestly,
I think starting off, someone should be practicing at 20 yards.
that's a great start. Yeah, I agree with that.
20 is a sweet spot.
Shoot a bunch of arrows at 20 yards because 20 yards and in, you don't really have to aim anywhere
Specifically.
specific except for that top pin is usually your 20-yard pin.
Mm-hmm.
You can shoot anywhere between 5 yards and 20 yards with that pin.
Yeah.
And then past that is where I would shoot 20, 30, and 40.
Okay.
Practice there.
Get a 3-pin sight. Thinking 4-pin or what?
I mean, at least a 3-pin.
I got a 5-pin and mine's 10. I got a 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. And they're on like Donkey Kong.
Is that one that's on that V3? Is that a 10-pin?
No.
What does it go
Holy
up to?
crap, dude.
What are you talking about?
That
The
one
one I
that-
sold you?
Yeah.
It's a 5-pin.
If they're
Is it a
5
5-pin?
yards, you put all 10 on them and let her eat.
Yeah. I remember that guy. Yeah. Yeah.
The guy at the trade show, is that what you're talking about?
No, the guy in South Dakota.
Oh, the guy that just aimed down and put all of his pins on it.
Yeah, he said I had all 7 pins on it and I just let it go. and
Heck yeah.
Knew
I
I was
agree.
going to hit it.
I agree with him. I
That's
mean, the
pretty
pins are on it.
hysterical. Yeah.
I mean, he did gut shot the thing.
He killed it.
Did he
He got
really?
lucky to hit because he hit the liver, but yeah, they didn't find it till the next day.
Shoot,
That
I'll
thing
take
was
luck.
giant.
I'll take luck any day.
Was it like a 170 or something?
Yeah, it was 170 plus for sure on public land in South Dakota.
That's ridiculous.
Look at us. We need all the luck we can get.
I know.
Hey, speaking of which, if y'all want to go to South Dakota, we need to go ahead and.
I was started applying for tags.
No, it's already.
Oh, it's already-
It's already open.
Okay.
Right now.
Yeah, we might want to start on that.
Deer season's open.
No.
Oh,
You can apply for a tag right now.
You got freaking horny about that, dude.
no, dude. I don't turkey right now, bro. Sorry.
Turkey on the brain.
Yeah, dude.
You see them turkeys this morning?
Nope.
I ain't seen them in the last couple of days. Luciano did say that he's seen them a bunch.
Oh, I seen 5 the day before last.
I seen a bunch on that road over going to the house. So
I love how when we talk about like property on the podcast, we try to be so unspecific.
discreet. Yeah, of course.
Very discreet about
There
where
are
everything-
people that listen to this podcast who
that
live
live in
close.
Cookville. Yeah.
I ain't naming
cracks me up.
roads.
Yeah, it just cracks me up.
But I would say that being the what word am I looking for? The convenient boats that our buddies have,
Yeah.
probably doing a lot of public land hunting.
Yeah.
For turkeys anyways.
Dude, we got some goals for turkey season this year. 1, content. 2, I haven't ever killed a turkey before, so I want to get that done. Matt hasn't either. So the plan is we're going to probably go down to Alabama for a couple days. Hit it down there with
early
him.
April.
Yeah. And then
I would like to probably wait until we can use decoys
I think that would be a good idea too.
because I'm not the best turkey caller and you're not either.
Oh, I'm terrible.
Hunter's decent at turkey.
Yeah, that don't mean anything. I can call it. I've called a turkey in before.
I've called
Quite a
turkey
few
in.
in.
I've called quite a few in too, but if I'm going out with no decoys, it's even harder because I'm not the best turkey caller. But if I got something to take their
More than likely, if we're hunting at home, us 3, including Chandler, we probably gonna be on the water because we're gonna be fishing while we waiting.
Yeah.
yeah.
I dig it. It's
And
gonna
then
be a good time.
when we hear one, we'll pile out after him.
We're gonna put that sucker on the bank and go.
Hey, don't forget we got to go frog gigging too.
Oh yeah,
We
I
got
got
to
a
do it
good
all.
pond behind my parents' house that we can frog gig.
Okay, sweet. We're gonna start scheduling this stuff out. Well, cool, guys.
That
That's
pond,
about it.
that pond where we duck hunt as well. We can gig that.
Ooh, can we?
Yeah, that'll be a good one.
I want to say I have, dude. Over by my parents' house, there's literally a pond right next to it that the neighbors own, full of frogs.
Let's gig that sucker, dude.
Yeah, we could literally just park at my
Probably
parents
start
and
now.
hop the fence.
We need it to be warm for
A little bit warmer.
a little bit longer.
How much longer? A couple days?
I'd say a week.
month?
You ever eaten frog legs?
Week or two.
No, but I want to try.
Oh my
so
god!
bad.
If they're
dude,
prepared good, they're good,
so
dude.
Good.
They're
I
really
want to
good.
try it so
They are
bad.
so good, dude.
Dude, I've got my
Excited about that.
my egg, my grill.
No,
I
you
wanna
want
put that
you
sucker
want
in
to you
use.
want to you want
Pan fry
pan
these.
fry them.
Pan fry 'em.
Yeah, bro, like chicken fried.
Okay.
Skin the frog, cut its hind legs off, batter it, toss it in hot grease, boy.
Ooh.
Watch them
Man,
legs
we're gonna
kick.
have fried turkey, frog, some morels.
We got to find some morels first.
Dude,
I've been out. I went out twice already looking for some. I haven't found.
Oh,
them
these
yet.
little cold snaps probably ain't helping.
They're not, but
Dude, speaking of cooking in a pan, I made a poor man's deer steak last night with grind, and
you
it
go.
screwed my stomach up like immediately, dude.
Yeah, well, wait till you eat that coyote, big dog.
oh yeah, that's one thing we
Yeah,
got
we
to
gotta do that
I think
too.
I'm gonna go try and kill a
There ain't
coyote
no
pretty
weed
soon.
to it. I'm not eating it.
You said on the last podcast that
I'll
you would
smell
try it.
You ain't got a
You are
hair
gonna
on
try
it
it.
if you don't try it.
You're
I'll
gonna
lick
try it.
I will, but I mean, it's gonna be like a minuscule amount, like just
Dude,
enough
I'm not,
for me to taste
I'm not
it.
asking you to eat a whole
one of the
freaking.
pickiest eaters I've ever met.
I know, dude. It cracks me. What was that?
Chandler, will you try it? Yeah, he
All
said
right, yeah,
yes.
sweet. Everybody's gonna try it,
Suck up.
dude. I'm not asking you to eat a whole freaking steak of coyote. I'm just asking
A
one
good
little bite.
a good little chunk about that big.
That's
Are you
it.
gonna try one?
Yeah, I'll try it.
Finally? All right. You said
I'll
it on the
try
podcast. You have to do it.
I will try it.
You have to do it. Quit being a freaking baby, Hunter. You're gonna try it.
Well, I don't know. If it smells and looks rough, I might throw up.
You go sell it to that gas station.
Yeah, we're gonna sell it to the
Rogers down here, whatever it's called.
the fixing to be new vape store over here.
Dude, he would probably package it and put it on a shelf.
Oh, 110%.
It would be hysterical to walk in there and see Hunter's coyote jerky with his face on it. It'd be so funny.
Call it dog logs.
Dog
Dog
logs.
logs.
I
Oh,
freaking
gosh.
love that. All right, well, cool guys. Hunter, appreciate you joining, dude. It's
Heck
a
yeah,
pleasure
dude.
as always. Chad, it's a pleasure as always as well. Everybody, thank you for listening, and we'll see you on the next one.